Yo, welcome to the Table Talk podcast, where we sit down, pull up a chair, and we get started. This podcast is designed to provide you packed full of information to help you with your training, nutrition, lifestyle, and well-being, where we interview myself through case studies to give you lifetime experience. And then we also interview high-performing individuals or other career-focused people who are looking to make changes in their lifestyle, training, nutrition, and well-being. So let's pull up that chair and let's go.
Welcome to the recording. Welcome to Table Talk. Today's podcast, we're going to be reviewing and discussing the Tony Robbins Life Mastery Day 5. So yeah, it was fun. It was enjoyable. I dropped 5 kilos in 6 days. And literally when I finished the event, I had to run and do a training upskill and went to fly to Melbourne and had to. So we've got a backdrop, fancy backdrop. Then this is the view. It's quite nice. Staying in an Airbnb because the hotel was just ridiculous. And I made my own stand-up table. So I don't have to be like this. Hey, everybody, how's it going? I actually have it more in line with my face. That's the benefit of me writing everything down and journaling, because then I can literally alternate between this and notepads. So yeah, so this is a recap, a review. If anyone has any questions, jump in. If you're hitting replay, comment, replay, like, subscribe, literally do whatever you like so we can get to more people and help more people. So Life Mastery, we've done day 1, we've done day 2. So the beginning, obviously starting with more the cleanse itself. So the start of the event was beginning with, you remove processed foods, sugars, dairies, gluten, coffee, alcohol, meat. I'm a guy that loves his meat. Corn and bread. Like dad works for a meat company, so definitely going to be eating meat. So then just drinking lots of water, eating lots of organic fruit and veg. So I was drinking a lot of water anyway. So that wasn't really a huge concern. We learned a little bit more about food, different types of foods. At the beginning, the first 2 days, you were consuming more like liver-based foods, things like dragon fruit, help stimulate the liver for liver detox, as Anthony Williams was saying. Get out his books, something I'm going to look into, because he has a book on thyroid function and how to heal it. So it's interesting. We're keen to get his take on that. Then and there's a thing called spinach soup. So it's like spinach or lettuce, and then you've got leek, celery, cucumber, and that was it. And so day 1 of that was like, to put it lightly, because it was chunky, it was messy, it was first time making it, and so it was really like, what are we doing with this? Oh my gosh. Lo and behold, if you read the recipe, you could add some spices to it. But we didn't really see that. So on day 2, they really announced, one of the speakers was actually talking about the food. She's like, oh, what if it does feel really like, and then the man's like, oh, you could add spices, you could add paprika, herbs. And so that actually changed the of it, so that's some flavor to it, which is quite good. We also, in the second day, made sure to blend it more. Yes, blend it. Instead of a soup, so instead of it looking like, it actually looked like a soup, and still a little bit chewy, but it was more palatable. Then day 3, day 4, we could actually add more to it. So we could have radishes, onions, cabbage. Didn't think you could add broccoli to it, but we didn't. Cauliflower, that's the other one. You add cauliflower to it, so you could add a lot more to it and more substance. So just a larger volume of vegetables. But the idea is that the first 2 days were really getting the body to release, and then the next 2 days to flush. And so like apple contains pectin, which helps to bind to that and help to flush it out. If you're getting a little bit hungry or a little bit irritable or meow, then what would happen would be you would find yourself then consuming those foods. You would find yourself wanting to eat more. You could eat more veg, you could eat more fruit, but the idea is you would stack more on like apples, medjool dates, banana, and a bit of mango. So we're snacking quite a bit on that one. And then also to add to it at the end of day 4 was at the end of each day you had like meditation, you had yoga at the beginning of the day, so getting the body moving and flowing. But day 3, day 4, they had some more guided speakers. And so they were talking more about like dancing, moving around, and really just remove limitations. So like if you're at home, who's gonna see you dancing and screaming? And if you like want to scream, like went really well through that, but not many people are going to hear you like outside the apartment if you put your mouth into a pillow and like really push it in and just scream. So get that one out. And so with day 3, day 4, like toxins being released in the body is, and people you're thinking, oh, toxins are stored in fat, but toxins can be stored emotionally. So physically, emotionally, spiritually. And when it looks at emotions, it looks at you got to work on self, others, and then the higher power, whatever your higher power is. But you've got to start with yourself. So with a lot of toxins being released, things will come up. Like comically, on day 4, we were cleaning the apartment, Kate and I, and Eddie was helping out, which is great. Rockstar Eddie. And on day 4, we were going for a walk, but we're cleaning up. And what happened was on day 4, I had a big bag of all the like celery juice, the pulp, all the garbage. We'd done lots of juices. Like we got hungry, so we do like half an orange or a lime or a lemon into like water with garlic and a teaspoon of Muka honey. And I could do that every day. So we had a lot of stuff. And so I go to take out the garbage bag. And as I'm walking up the stairs, I feel it dripping down my leg. I go, like I can feel it. These garbage bags. Personally, it's a great initiative because it was all like recyclable, reusable, it goes back to disposable. And so it's all 100% biodegradable. Problem is, bags constantly break. Literally, like Kate and I will. And then on the 4th bag, it won't tear, so we can put all those empty bags back in. I can feel the bag, I feel it dripping down my leg, and I'm like, oh, there must be a hole in this bag. That's really annoying. It's okay, I'll get to the top of the stairs. And I get to the top of the stairs, and just as I'm opening the door, I can feel, I just sense this whole bag is tearing. Oh, and literally it's going to drop all over the carpet. We've just cleaned it. This is so frustrating. Oh my gosh. And what I've done is I've opened the door, and instead of just letting the bag go, I've just shut the bag in the hallway. It was great. Like, luckily the neighbor didn't open the door. We'll just like throw the bag. They open the door, goes into their apartment. Hey, neighbor. But no, so it's gone all over the lobby, all this lemon pulp. Oh, and I literally go, oh, well, I guess we're cleaning up again. You know, we get to steam the floor now. And Kate kind of looked at me and was like, she's like, what happened? I go, the bag. She's, oh no. I go, yeah, it's gone everywhere. And we both started and we both kind of looked at each other and we're like, interesting. You would have just been like, oh, really angry about that. Like just frustrated. You would have blown up in the moment, like, rah, and then gotten on with it. And that time I just went, okay. So the emotion, like toxins can come out in many forms, which was rage, frustration, agitation. For me, I used to get agitated a lot, antsy, move around. And so would have been probably holding on to that. So we flushed a lot of that out. Some of you will be like, well, Karl, you've probably got 10 more kilos of that. Thanks. Probably do. I probably do. And so we're going to talk more now about day 5 and kind of what I'm continuing and going on through. Because we got all this information on across the 4 days, and this is probably what you'll see. Like there's gurus, there's the influencers, there's all of these people out there, and they'll tell you all the things that you've got to be doing. They'll recommend what you should be doing, habits, systems. And I literally worked out, I wrote down, I'm like, cool, you got to do liter of water in the morning, you've got to do celery juice, 15 minutes later, then you've got to do shake 15 minutes later, then you've got to get on the trampoline for 5 minutes, you've got to play your favorite song, you got to pump it up, you got to raise the roof, then you got to You got to find your intention or your certainty. And so for them, it's like, you say yes. You got to raise the roof and you say 3 times. You got to firm it. You got to focus on it. And then other people, they'll say, do a power list of your top 5 things that you need to do to achieve. And then you're going to meal prep for yourself. It's like 2 hours already. Like, seriously, people, what the hell? And look, I'll just pull out this list right now. So, the governing principles of life. So, you're going to make sure you're organic all the time, 70%. Drink half your body weight. So, let me just continue on the things that they'll do. So, in the morning, then you're going to do a cold plunge. So, you're going to rejuvenate the body, stimulate the endorphins to focus. Maybe priming, which takes 20 minutes. You're going to do your Vygotsky exercises, so the correctment and alignment for 20 minutes. Then you're going to train or do cardio for an hour. Then you do your Vygotsky again to realign for 20 minutes. Then you'll do, so there's about 3.5 hours already in the morning. And then you'll do your protein breakfast or shake. Then if you're up at 6, that's 10 o'clock. You should be at work at 9, right? Like, that's not going to work. But, this is what people say. And, lunchtime. So we're at 12 o'clock. So you've had 2 hours to yourself. No, you should at least go for a 30-minute walk, look at the sun, realign, readjust. Then at 12 o'clock, we're going to start the afternoon. So we drink another large batch of water with lemons, limes to stimulate digestive juices. 5 minutes lymphosizing. And I gotta just check. Yeah, 5 minutes lymphosizing. So, that is bouncing up and down, bobbing, 5 minutes. Or you can also just do that with breathing. So you hold for 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Inhale and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that for 2 seconds and repeat that for 5 minutes. Then you have your lunch, which should be mostly containing living foods, 70% water-based. Take your supplements and even then do a vegetable juice. So if you're at work, you should make a juice or go downstairs, find probably a Boost or somewhere to get your juice. It might take you another hour. So we're at 1 o'clock. Then you can obviously start working. Some people would say you should go for a walk. You've got to get 10,000 steps, so go for an hour walk. Get some more sunlight on your face. So that's 2 hours. So then, you've got 2-3 hours to work. That's reasonable, 2-3 hours for work. Then at 5 o'clock, some people will tell you got to do other stuff, like you got to go grounding in the afternoon, get your feet in the grass. So that'll happen in the evening. So when you finish work, you now go to the park, feet in the grass, grounding. Kate and I do grounding, and we'll be T-Rexes. We're like, little T-Rexes. It's fun because if you're frustrated, you just stomp your feet up and down. You look like a crazy person, but it's totally fun. Do it with a friend. You'll enjoy it because the two of you laugh at each other and you just completely ignore everyone else. Get home, then you'll do your drinking your water again, pre-dinner. Then you'll have your dinner, light meal again, proteins. Then you'll do rebounder for 10 minutes, stimulate the lymphatic system again, because you should have done it in the morning, but you did. You're going to do it in the evening again to stimulate more mobilization of fatty acids. So for those that are curious, what lymphatic, the lymphatic system is what's kind of like training and mobilizing the fats. And the thing about probably how I also lost weight is that I was doing trampolining probably 4 to 6 times a day. Now, if you can't do that, again, you can literally just be bobbing. So you lift your heels lightly, soft knees, and you just bob. And that's the idea, is that you're kind of eccentrically unloaded and you drop it down, stimulates that lymphatic system. It's awesome. Then from there, you will journal. Well, there's 2 ways. One is I do a complete mind dump myself, and then you journal your gratitude or your magic moments. Who knows? Maybe in the bedroom. I don't know. You tell me. Maybe don't tell me. Maybe just tell your partner, or keep it as a little secret to yourself. Ooh. Then read. So we've got food, rebound. So we're probably at an hour. We should be grounding. So an hour and a half. Journal. Mind dump. Probably 2 hours there. Read for 30 minutes. And then do a gratitude ritual. 2 hours 40. Then probably have a shower, wake up, and then probably prep for the day. So it's like 4.5 hours in the morning, 2-3 hours in the day, and 3 hours in the evening. which is great because no one's going to do that. And this is the thing, like it's all information, what works for you. So the 4 days we really unpacked it. So day 5 was really about unpacking the governing principles that, day foundation that they use, which is eating organic, number 1. 2, drink 0.035 mils of liter of water per body kilo of body weight. So whatever your weight is, here's a list in this video, boom, 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 just to give you a bit of a guide to launch out from if you weigh 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100 kilos. Then they say 2 or 3 green drinks per day. So that could be celery juice, wheatgrass, powders. They don't recommend powders, but for convenience. Things that just stimulate and decrease inflammation. So increase your nutrients, but decrease inflammation. Lymphocyze, rebound twice a day for 10 minutes each day. That can be through breath. So this is a kind of jump or on a trampoline. Daily cold plunges or showers. Structural supports, so working on a structure balance, which I totally agree with. Go Vitruvian. And their trainers. Hey Liv, hey Jordan, hey Eddie, hey Julia, hey Grant, and hey Dan. Reach out to those guys. They got your back. They say Igoski. Vitruvian all the way. So all that structural alignment, they look at 15 minutes pre and post. So it's like your correctives and your warm downs. But they do have a few exercises like weighted circle, arm circles, grip work, and leg work to realign through postures. We'll be doing more videos on that later. Exercise, 3 full body workouts at an hour a week. So they say 3 full body workouts and then 3 cardio workouts. Depending on goals, but if you're looking for general like health and well-being, 3 to 4 is a good benchmark. I would just say do 3 to 4 and then do 2 cardio, but you could do circuits, so it's more enjoyable. Zig-zag deviations per week. 1, you all know you eat chocolate, you all know you drink wine, it's too much, cull it back, give yourself permission to have one, whatever you like day. But still do the things that you should be doing. So don't just go, okay, I won't do any of these things and then I'll just do whatever I want. You can, but still get onto those things that benefit you. Utilize visual inspection. Does your food contain mostly 70% water? So when you look at a plate, is it heavily processed or is it more water-based, which will nourish your body? Cleanse our bodies, colonics once or twice per month. Cleanse once or twice per year. Colonics once or twice a month. Cleanse once or twice a year. Priming ritual every day. It's just to get yourself in a peak state, but it's really a point where you take deep breaths, reset, realign yourself. Really good for midday or in the mornings, because obviously when you're up, just to get focused on things you're grateful for. Meditate once or twice per week. Understand that meditation is not probably what you may think it is. Most people think it's like breathing or sitting still. There are many forms: ritual, dynamic, sound, silence, connection, what works for you, dance, movement. Like I love the movement part. That's my form of meditation. So that's why I train a little bit more, because that's my meditation. So finding a meditation that works for you. If someone's like, sit still and do this, and you're like, oh my God, I couldn't think of anything more boring. Don't do it, because it doesn't work for you. The future it may. Things to contemplate for life. 10 minutes of gratitude, meditation daily before going to sleep. Read 1 chapter of a book per night. Did 3, haha, even though I'm like 250 days behind. Weekly family meetings, sharing magic moments, shared outcomes achieved, share what we failed to achieve, and design your own results, progress results, and taking massive action plans. Then they talk about supplements from multivitamins, omega-3, vitamin D, magnesium, buffers and chelates, melatonin if you're traveling, electrolytes, anti-aging supplements such as NAD and Peak Health Span. Didn't hear from that guy. And conditions specific for focus, recovery, and other like pregnancies. Then, so we've just talked about kind of what everyone talks about, and then we've got a brief of what he's gone through. But then Tony came on and was like, cool, all of that is great, right? Now, everyone go implement it. It's not going to work for you guys. You have to really apply what is going to work for you. So if you're listening to this, you're like, Wow, that was a lot of information. The only thing I really think is relative to me, because I don't drink enough water, is that. Great. That's where you start. And that's the concept here, is that you're building on your own foundation. Like, how can you make that foundation bigger, better, and stronger so you don't get sick, you don't feel tired, you don't feel lethargic or falling asleep or requiring coffee all the time. Right? So he even came on and said, look, I don't do all that. Biggest thing to negotiate, he always does cold plunge first thing in the morning. And he smashes water. So he smashes water, does his cold plunge. Then he gets his celery juice. Then he primes himself for 10 minutes. He has a video that goes for 20, but he does 10. Whilst he's doing his exercises, gets himself in the peak state. Then he goes and trains, and then he eats. Cool. So he's condensed like a 4 hour, half-hour routine into an hour and a half. And then he starts his day. Then for his dinner, like beforehand, before he has his lunch, has his liquids, does his breathing. That actually calms the nervous system, stimulates digestive juices. Like, I'm salivating, ready to eat. Saliva is a digestive enzyme. It actually helps. So you don't need the supplement. Most people are so stressed, they need the supplement to get them there. So it's interesting, right? Takes his supplements, and then he finishes with the vegetable juice. So that's his liquid greens. And then he gets on. So that's what, 30 minutes, 20 minutes compared to like 2 hours. And then his evening, drinks water, has his meal, does his rebounder for 10 minutes, then does his moments and thoughts with his partner most times. Then he reads for 20 to 30 minutes or does an audible. And then he does his gratitude ritual, condenses his 3.5 routine into an hour. So that's the really cool thing, is that they gave us all the tools and then they went, right, let's do a huge review. Let's just quickly analyze all of this and make sure that it is appropriate and good for all of us. Then we actually then break that down even further and go, what works for you? They broke us up into groups. We talked about it. For me, I just made a big supplement list of everything we take. Like for me and Kate's, like, she takes 50 milligrams of zinc. I take 100 milligrams. See, I'm a little bit bigger. I'm bigger. Thank you very much. 3 grams of fish oil for Kate, 4 grams of fish oil for me. 2 multivitamins, B complex, prenatal supplement, and we take now trace minerals liquids. Take a shot of that together, boost our nutrient pathways, because obviously we're ready to make a baby. So we want to have kids, which is great. So we're on that journey for us now. Then we'll take magnesium, active muscle, which is more of a chelated form, which also has taurine post-workout. So we more energy, but also muscle relaxation. Then we'll have a night mag in the evening. I will also take EQ equivalent, stimulates and helps cardiovascular and focus and regeneration of cells. It's more about the aging. Then we'll take nighttime mag with GI Revive to help with digestion, because obviously stress is high. So knowing that it does affect this, we want to be ahead of that. Probably won't need to take it as much, but we'll have that. I will take, Kate hates the taste of it, but she sometimes will do it. We take a mixture of reishi from Primal Energies. Thank you, good sir, Harrison, my man. And I do a lucid extract in the morning. Kate doesn't like it, but I do, to boost immunity. The main supplements that we'll take, I do a combination of alpha GPC, 50 milligrams of green extract, coffee bean. It's got like theanine, serotonin, things that help with focus and prolong it, so there's not a drop off with caffeine. In the morning, if I need to get like dialed into work. So those are things that kind of put into that routine for supplementation, which we do in the morning and the evenings, and post workout. And then from the morning routine, we pretty much do, Tony does, but we do, we just do that stuff already. Like, well, I'm not really going to change a lot of my morning, lunchtime, or evening routine. Thing that I probably do is in the rebounder, I put my favorite song on, which is New Genesis at the moment, and I just go, man, oh. If I'm lucky enough, I do wake Kate up because her alarm is at 6, mine's at 4:30. If I'm working from home or I'm at home when her alarm goes off, I will get in the bedroom and I will scare the crap out of her, wake her up, because she loves it. It's fun. There'll be sometimes she's like, "Are you kidding me?" It's fun. instead of hearing as an alarm, she hears like da, 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 and that's her alarm. So obviously, I think she loves it, and she does tell me, but just not in the moment. So I add music to it because I really want to use music. Like find your favorite song. I do use electrolytes with the water first thing in the morning. Things that I will add based off the event, because we were consuming a lot of fruit, and Anthony Williams was talking about like parasites and things that you release in your body. Fruit and sugars, simple sugars from fruit does help to pull it through. If you're diabetic, it's a different story. But I did find it was consuming a lot more fruit, and my weight has definitely dropped. So, from the fats, I was probably eating about 120, 150 grams of fat and about 200 grams of protein. So that dropped. So my calories definitely did drop. But I did find we were still walking, still moving, didn't train as much. I wasn't getting as much pump, which is really annoying. Like I feel a little bit flatter. So less carbs, not as full, but a lot of fruits. I have still flushed a lot of that out. So I have started to reintroduce carbohydrates and proteins back into the diet. But I am utilizing a lot more fruit to snack through the day. And we'll see how we go body comp-wise over the next week or two. Still keeping to a high intake of vegetables, capsicums, red onions, lettuce. I've now just added avocado. I'm looking at the kitchen right now because I'm looking at the foods. Baby cucumbers, dip them in the avocado dip, just mix avocado and eat that. So I'm slowly reintroducing fats as well. Focus and energy is picking up a little bit more, and the weight's still dropping, which is nice. Like dropped a kilo today, so I'm happy with that. It's not about weight loss. It's just interesting to see bringing foods up. The body's still responding to the higher intake of the vegetable matter, still keeping the water up. And I'm actually, I'll be adding coconut oil. Coconut oil is a medium chain fatty acid, so it does actually metabolize a little bit better than other fats. So I won't be chucking in anything drastic yet. Bowel movements, I'm sitting at 3 or 4 a day, so it's two more than what I'm used to. So bowel wise, that settled today. So gone twice. We do a third. We might do one tonight. We'll see. So yeah, quite a few takeaways from nutrition side. I will probably be supplementing and utilizing fruits more post workouts for people. Easily digestible, to more water, like it's more water loaded to it. And I might start to play with some pre-workout fruits instead. I'm never a fan of pre-workouts or fat burners. I think like you have organs that will do this stuff for you. So I'll probably start to play with some fruits. So if anyone's interested to be a guinea pig with me to play on some data, some research, like full data research with you, not like fun or anything, but if you're someone who's listening to this and you're like, I'd like to be said, I'd be interested to see if it can help me with my body comp, my energy, and my weight. The goal is not to, like, I'd like to eat more and stay the same, but if you drop weight, awesome. I really didn't think I was going to lose 7 kilos in 5 days. Well, now 6. I thought I would lose like 3, but then I was like, it's holding on to a lot. Yeah, real food's king, but also the biggest, and this brings me to these takeaways, is that, and there was I have my phone. There's a quote is that when you, I gotta find the quote because it's a really good one. My phone on charge, and the quote is not in my notes on the book, which is really annoying. So, 3 biggest things that I got away from the event was, clean my phone, so I've got all these. So the first one is, to be a person you're not is to waste the person that you are. So that was very powerful, because a lot of the time, and it's interesting because the event that we're at with Callum today, he's talking about like your true self. And so a lot of us, like, we have an idea and then we might hold back on it. We might not want to say it. And so we hesitate. And for me personally, I hesitate a lot, I stress a lot. Like, oh, I should have said that. Why did I say this? Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it's like, man, stop overthinking it. Like, just take action. Like, take massive action. It's like, stop trying, take action. But being OCD with everything. It's like, oh, I got to work on a little bit more before we do that, or got to make sure it's the right thing. And there's always this waiting, and then go. Like my theme for the year was to be overly prepared. So I want to be overly prepared with everything. So I'm constantly working on everything. But which is the negative that cancels that out. So let's rephrase that, is that when I'm going through this, is my theme is to be overly prepared. However, now after finishing this 5 days, it's to be overly prepared, detailed, orientated, and focused to take action now. So it's not be overly prepared, set your foundations, build that foundation with networks, communities, and your health and wealth. So you are in a position to make those actions right away, but also be very focused and detailed. So don't, hey, what do you think is? It's fine. Versus, oh, let's have a look and let's really break down. Hey, can we summarize this in 3 words or a sentence? So actually asking a few more questions. The irony of me saying this is that Tony did the power of questions, how to ask better questions and more powerful questions. Did a worksheet. I'm like, man. Kate attended that workshop today, which is pretty cool. So she'll fill me in on that. And then I'll probably do something on that. I'll reflect and then I'll go, valuable, yes or no. And I'll either add it to my repertoire or I won't, because I already asked a lot of questions. This builds into the second one, which is so being overly prepared, but not to waste the person that we are. We all go through these moments. We might be sitting on the fence, or we feel we're on the wrong side. Sometimes you just got to take the action. Sometimes it's going to be the wrong decision, but most times, and there was a quote at the Gary Vee event, which was, everyone wants to be 3-0, like 3 to you, 0 to 3 wins, 0 losses. But if you had 348 wins, but 285 losses, you've given it more goes, but you'd still be further ahead. And I was like, damn, that's a good analogy. Which brings me back to the second point, which is like an overcomplicated and overstressed mind isn't able to move forward fast enough, or you can't outchase, like, toxic mind can't outchase a bad diet now, training nutrition or training plans. So I train 5 times a week. I do cold plunges, I do the liquids, I do the celery juice, do all the things, practice and we preach, gluten dairy free. Though sometimes I'll do gluten, sometimes I'll do dairy because Messina is delicious. That will be my Zag day, but I will allow more for ice cream, not for glutens. Really just hard line, no more gluten. It's just something that messes with me. If there's a rare occasion and we're with a lot of people, I might not make a fuss. We'll see. So I've really come to see, like, there's a lot more recipes and things that we can add to my repertoire, which I already know, but I just don't do because it's too hard. It's really not. Just put veg in a blender, blend it, done. It's actually quicker than the alternative. So really, number 2, really building on changing the psychology. So really just changing the state, changing the physiology. So actually, if you feel yourself something, working on the breathing, taking a minute or 2 to actually get oxygen back into the body, get moving again, and then get back to it. Don't always think that you have to stay pump, because at the end, you'll just be burnt out, and it'll actually just take longer to get out of that state. So when you catch yourself, which I do now, more aware of it, and sometimes just, it can wait, like power through it. Take that minute, pump through it. And the thing is, it's like a muscle. I guarantee you, I am going to make so many mistakes. Like, damn it, I didn't do it. Knew I should have done it, but I didn't do it. Like, catch yourself. But each time you catch yourself, you build on it. So, I make 10 mistakes. Then it'll be 9, then it'll be 7, then 5, then 3, then 2. And boom, it'll get there. So take the time, right? Once you acknowledge that you are aware of it, and then just slowly train and condition yourself. That's my second takeaway. And the third one is really just to work on the cleanse. I occasionally will do plant-based. Like, I eat a lot of meat. It's delicious. People are like, you shouldn't eat that much. Um, like, find more variations of protein. So I'm actually going to play with mixed beans, kidney beans, and work through that. Will I be as shredded as I could be? We'll find out. I tell you all right now, I will still eat meat. Those that are curious, like, what meats will you do? Well, because I'm in Melbourne, I don't know where the butchers are. Like, it's 6 a.m. in the morning. So I've actually found grass-fed beef, air-dried, gluten-free, which is amazing. So keeping it as clean as I can. And so that was great snack. And I could actually control portions. So just do 50 grams of it because that was 20 grams of protein. So slowly just reintroducing. So I'll still do meats, but shout out to Amy and Luke. Hey. Great friends. We have dinner with them. They're plant-based. So we'll actually probably alternate with them. And Amy is a ninja. She'll get 50 grams. What she does is she gets about 500 grams of mince and she'll get about 2 kilos worth of veg. She'll mix it through. And it was really funny one day. I was like, where's all the veg? I swear you had all that veg before. And I thought I was just eating meat. She's like, dude, majority of that's veg. I was like, huh. So she's a ninja with it. So we'll do a lot more meals with them that dominate with more vegetables and plant-based, which is great. And sharing ideas. I'm not saying that everyone should now go do lots of tofu. It's fine in a fried rice. It's delicious. So, kidney beans, black beans, like beans, lentils, that stuff, tempeh, that stuff is a good combination of protein and carbs, and that's just create more flexibility with food intake. So those are my 3 biggest takeaways, other than the emotional relationship and the mastery stuff, which I don't want to get into too technical. I want to keep more health and well-being. Those are the 3 main takeaways I'll be working on. So for everyone that has listened through this journey of the 5 days, I hope you've gotten something out of it. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions, reach out, DM, comment, email, info@vitruvianhealth.com.au. Anything we can do, subscribe, like, smash it, share with friends, get everyone involved. That'd be great. And if you don't trust me, trust the deer or the antelope. Cantaloupe. All right. Till next time. Adios, amigos.
Hey, thanks so much for joining the episode of Table Talk today. We hope you found some helpful tips and inspiration in staying healthy and fit, even with a busy schedule. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast. Stay tuned for our next conversation. Until then, keep prioritizing yourself, your health, your fitness, and we'll see you on the next Table Talk.